visible on the trajectory of the object, and that means that it's very massive, at least 1,000 times more massive than the previous one, which was a comet, Borisov, discovered in 2019.
Something strange is moving through our solar system right now, and no one can explain what it really is. Astronomers are calling it 3I Atlas, but that's just a name, a placeholder for something they don't fully understand. At first glance, it looks like a comet, glowing, drifting, harmless. But the more scientists study it, the less sense it makes. It shines the wrong color. It releases metal into space. It moves with precision that no natural object should. And here's where it gets truly eerie, because new data suggests that while we've been watching it, it might have been watching us for much longer. This isn't science fiction. It's happening right now. And if the latest observations are accurate, 3I Atlas could be unlike anything humanity has ever encountered before. In the middle of the Namib Desert, one of the darkest, most isolated places on Earth, a small group of astrophotographers set up their cameras under a blood-red lunar eclipse. The moon was gone, swallowed by Earth's shadow. The sky turned into a window, perfectly black, perfectly still. They could have pointed their lenses anywhere, toward Jupiter's storms, Saturn's rings, even the heart of the Milky Way, but instead, they locked onto a single faint object streaking silently across the void, 3I Atlas. At first, it appeared ordinary, another dusty rock reflecting sunlight. Then the images came through. A strange emerald glow shimmered across the screen, bright enough to burn through the darkness. No one expected that. Comets don't usually glow green, at least not like this. Within hours, the photos spread across astronomy forums. Observers described it as unnaturally bright, too vivid to be reflected light, even radioactive looking. And that's when scientists realized something was off. Because, according to everything we know about comets, 3I Atlas shouldn't be green at all. That glow shouldn't exist. And what caused it would soon become one of the strangest puzzles in modern astronomy. So, what makes a comet glow green? Normally, it's simple chemistry. Sunlight hits carbon molecules near the comet's surface, and those molecules light up in a neon green hue. Specifically, it's something called diatomic carbon, or C2, just two carbon atoms bonded together. When ultraviolet radiation from the sun hits that gas, it fluoresces, giving off that unmistakable green color. But here's the catch. 3I Atlas doesn't have any. Spectral data from every major telescope, Hubble, Gemini, even the European Southern Observatory, showed almost no trace of C2. It's missing the very ingredient that makes comets green. Yet somehow, it still glows. That's not just unusual, it's impossible. Scientists tried to explain it. Maybe the color came from some other compound, and maybe it was contaminated by nearby dust or gas clouds. None of it added up. Instead, what telescopes found was something even stranger. The coma around 3I Atlas, that glowing halo of gas and dust, is filled with carbon dioxide and metal vapors. Not just a little, a lot. Enough to make the comet one of the brightest objects of its kind ever recorded. But here's the twist. Neither carbon dioxide nor metal can create that green glow. So, if the usual explanation doesn't fit, what's really lighting up 3I Atlas? Some astronomers started whispering theories they didn't want to say out loud, ideas that sound more like science fiction than astrophysics. Because maybe it wasn't reflecting light at all. Maybe it was producing it. The deeper researchers looked into 3I Atlas, the stranger it became. Its coma, the glowing cloud of gas surrounding it, wasn't just made of carbon dioxide, it was loaded with metal. Spectrometers picked up strong traces of nickel, and that's where things started to get weird. Comets can release metal vapor, but only when they pass dangerously close to the sun, close enough for intense heat to literally boil metal off their surface. 3I Atlas wasn't anywhere near that kind of heat. When the nickel signature was first detected, the object was still drifting between Mars and Jupiter, where temperatures are far too cold for vaporization. In other words, something inside it was heating up or burning from within. That's when the speculation began. Could it be some kind of natural chemical reaction? A new class of comet we've never seen before? Or something engineered? After all, high nickel alloys are the backbone of spacecraft engines, durable, heat-resistant, efficient. And when they burn, they leave behind exactly what scientists saw coming off 3I Atlas, streams of nickel and CO2. Now, to be clear, there's no proof that this object is artificial. Most scientists still lean toward natural explanations, but the data doesn't make it easy to dismiss the idea. Because this comet isn't just made of strange material, it's also moving in ways no comet should. And that's where things start to look even more deliberate. To understand just how deep this mystery goes, we have to rewind nearly 50 years, back to 1977. That's when astronomers at Ohio State University picked up something they'd never seen before: a sudden, powerful burst of radio energy from deep space. It lasted 72 seconds, then vanished. The data looked so impossible that the scientists reviewing it simply circled the numbers and wrote one word in the margin: wow. That's how the WOW signal got its name. The signal didn't come from the sun or any planet or any known satellite. It came from a point in space near the constellation Sagittarius, a place where, as far as we can tell, nothing should be transmitting anything. It wasn't random noise either. It matched almost perfectly with a natural radio frequency known as the hydrogen line, 1,420 megahertz. That's the frequency scientists believe any intelligent civilization might use to say, "We're here." In the decades that followed, thousands of attempts were made to detect that signal again. Nothing. It never repeated. It never returned. And for almost 50 years, that's where the story ended, until someone noticed something strange about the trajectory of 3I Atlas. Astronomers traced its path backward, running the math through simulations, and the results all pointed to the same general area of the sky, the constellation Sagittarius, the exact same region where the WOW signal originated. Now, no one is claiming that the two are connected. There's no proof that the signal came from this object, but the coincidence is hard to ignore. Because in 1977, when the signal was detected, 3I Atlas would have been way out on the edges of our solar system, just far enough away to be unnoticed, but close enough to send a message. Maybe it wasn't just passing by. Maybe it was announcing its arrival. So, what is 3I Atlas really? Ask 10 astronomers, and you'll get 10 different answers, some rooted in physics, others in possibility. The official explanation is simple. It's an interstellar comet, a ball of ice and dust from another star system that just happens to be acting weird. Maybe it's made of materials we've never seen before. Maybe it's rotating in a way that hides its activity. Or maybe the sunlight is interacting with its surface in some completely new way. That's the safe answer, but not everyone buys it. Online, theories exploded. Some believe it's a fragment of an alien probe drifting aimlessly after completing its mission. Others think it's not drifting at all, that it's powered, guided, and deliberately maintaining its perfect path. Rumors suggest it could even be part of a larger group of interstellar visitors, silent scouts passing through our solar system one by one. First Oumuamua, then Borisov, now 3I Atlas. And if that pattern continues, the next object could be even stranger. There are also whispers about its light, that it might be sending encoded pulses we haven't noticed yet. So far, no observatory has confirmed anything unusual, but private researchers keep pointing to odd fluctuations in the green hue, almost like a rhythm. Of course, none of this has been proven. Every bit of speculation has to be taken with a grain of cosmic dust. Still, it's hard to ignore how many coincidences are piling up. Even the most skeptical scientists admit this object doesn't behave like anything we've tracked before. And if it is something more, if it's controlled or if it's observing, then we may be witnessing the first true encounter without even realizing it. But this story doesn't end here. Because 3I Atlas isn't done with us yet. Right now, 3I Atlas is slipping deeper into the inner solar system, tracing a path that will soon take it behind the sun, out of view, out of reach. If calculations are right, it'll pass the far side and re-emerge months from now, continuing its silent journey back into the void. But here's the question that keeps astronomers awake at night. What happens if it doesn't keep going? What if, instead of fading into the darkness, it slows down? What if, after all this time, we find it waiting for us, motionless, watching, just beyond the sun's glare? For now, it's only speculation. Every theory, from exotic chemistry to alien engineering, is still just that, a theory. But every mystery starts that way. Every discovery begins with something we can't explain. 50 years ago, the WOW signal made us wonder if someone out there was trying to talk to us. Now, another anomaly from the same region of space has entered our neighborhood, glowing green and defying every rule we know. Maybe that's coincidence. Or maybe, just maybe, it's part of a story that began long before we were ready to notice. Whatever the truth is, it's still out there, drifting silently, waiting to be understood. And if 3I/ATLAS really did come here for a reason, the next time we see it, we might finally learn what that reason is.